Welcome to our series on Sitecore Experience Accelerator. In this episode, guest speaker Barend Emmerzaal walks through creating a new site in SXA.
Hi there, my name is Barend Emmerzaal and I'm a business consultant from the Netherlands. Today I want to talk about Sitecore Experience Accelerator, and I'm personally working with SXA for 1.5 years now, and I love the product because it's enabling me as a non-developer to quickly create sites and get, for example, demos started. The first thing that you want to do when you start with SXA is creating a site. So let's start by creating a new site. We right click on the tenant, choose insert, and as you can see here you will also have a site folder like the tenant folder and a site item. Now the site folder, like the tenant folder, can be used to structure your tree. We will leave that for now. So we're clicking on the site item, and again a new wizard is loading. And you will notice that you will have more options here. So you will see 4 tabs: general, modules, theme and grid. Now let's start with the general. We can give the site a name. So let's say it's www.barenda.com. It's the corporate site, for example. You can add a host name. This can be anything, of course, but this will not be allowed, by the way. I'm sorry. Let's paste it here. Let's choose Brand A corporate website for the name. Now you will notice that by entering the host name here, it will not automatically work, because you will have to make sure that the host name is added to Internet Information Services as a binding. It must be added to your DNS, etc., etc. So I will leave that for now like the default, but you can of course choose anything you want. Now the virtual folder can be used to create a site on an existing host name, but that is accessible after the slash. So let's say that you have www.barenda.com here, and you want a subsite, for example, for employees. So you can add employee here, and then when everything is finished you will be able to access the site in this way. So it's kind of a subfolder, but it's in fact a complete different website. So that's very powerful, and this is something that's all handled by SXA. So by adding the host name you will not have anything to do with DNS, Internet Information Services and bindings and stuff like that. So it's very powerful. Now in my setup my host name is a local one, so I'm adding a virtual folder to be able to access it here. We will leave the language to the default. And again, like with the tenant, you will have a bunch of modules that you can select or deselect. And in the background, PowerShell scripts are running to create all kinds of stuff for you. Now it's good practice to think first which modules you will need, because it will create a lot of folders, a lot of data templates. It will copy renderings and stuff like that, and you probably don't need everything. Your site structure will be pretty big, so be critical at first what you will need, because you can add it afterwards if you have to. So let's say we don't want the analytics for some reason, we deselect it, and then it will not be created, and I will show you that you can add it later on. Now for themes, themes is used to style and design your site. There is a default theme that's called wireframe. It's only used when you start creating your user experience design. We're going to create a new theme so creative agencies can style it with CSS, JavaScript, etc. And we're giving it the name of our company, which is Brand A. Last but not least, you will have a grid that you can choose. By default there is Bootstrap, Foundation and Grid 960. I will use Bootstrap, and that's it for now. So let's click OK, and it's going to create my website. Now this can take a little while, so let's speed up the process. So there we are, our site is created. So let's hit the close button, and as you can see you will now have a Brand A corporate website site. Now when we open this you will see that there are different items. The home is of course the home page, and in here you can create your site structure. The media is a virtual folder that in fact is storing all its information on the media library project brand A, and then brand A corporate website folder. So you can use this to quickly look up all different kinds of media. Now the data folder contains, for all the different modules that you select, a folder, and in here you can create all the different items that will act as data source items for your components. Now by default a lot of components will store the information in here, but it's possible to override it. We will cover that in another video, so let's leave that for now. Under the presentation you will have different things that will influence the way your site looks like and behaves. So for example the partial and page designs, with which you can create your page layouts, as you can call it, so your marketers and content authors can start adding content. And of course the rendering variants and the different styles. Now you will see again for all different components that there are already some default rendering variants, but you can create your own of course. And styles can be used to add custom CSS classes, so your digital agency can create some custom styling for components. Last but not least, you will have a settings item. Now when we're clicking on this one and then on the content tab, you will see that you have lots of different settings. So for example the data source behavior for non-reusable components, your editing theme, a favicon, your grid. There is a lot of stuff here. Settings for search. You will also have options to influence your sitemap behavior, the robots.texts, and your 404 page not found page or a 500 server error page. Now underneath the settings item there are a lot of other things that you can use to influence the behavior of your site, both for your visitors and for your content authors or marketers. One of the most important things that I want to point out is the site grouping and then the brand A corporate website item, because this is the place where your site name, your target host name and your host name and virtual folder settings are stored, as well as your start item page. So now that we have created a site, let's go to the data templates item to show you that here there is no folder, so it's still the tenant, but as you saw with the media library you will have a brand A corporate website here. And when we're looking at themes, you will also see that you will have a brand A tenant and a brand A corporate website. So this shows you that within a tenant, regardless the amount of sites, the data templates are the same, they are shared, but in terms of themes, if you select one to create a new one for a site, it will create a different folder and a separate theme, as well as the virtual folders that will be created for your site. So please be aware about that structure, and now you know where to find which settings. Now there's one last thing that I want to explain to you. Let's say that you have created a site or a tenant and you want to delete them. You can click right mouse and choose delete, but this will only delete this item and anything beneath it, and it will not delete all the folders and other stuff like themes that you have created in, for example, templates and the media library. So SXA has some powerful scripts that can help you with that. So when you choose right mouse click on the site, then scripts, you will see here that you will have the remove site option. Now when you click this, the wizard is loaded and it will help you delete everything that is related to this site, so it will do a proper cleanup. And the same applies for the tenant. So when you right click with your mouse on the brand A tenant item, choose scripts, you will see remove tenant. Now remember that we have unselected the analytics module, so when we want to edit afterwards, I can right click on the site, choose scripts, and now we have an option called add site module. So let's click on this one. Oh no, I don't want to change. And it will load the add site module wizard, and in here you will see all the modules that are available that I did not add on the site creation wizard, and it can be added afterwards. So let's click cancel for now. The same applies for tenant. Right click, scripts, add tenant module. Now remember that we didn't unselect any modules at the tenant, so there are no modules to be deployed here. But you can imagine if you have unselected any, they will appear here. And it's possible to add your own custom modules or to make copies of existing SXA modules, and they will automatically be added to this kind of wizards, so they can be added to the different sites or tenants when you want to. So that's it for now. You can now start by designing your site with partial and paste designs, or you can do a test by directly opening this home item in the experience editor, and it will allow you to quickly get up and running, because you will see several placeholders as they are called in Sitecore, where you can start adding your components and content by simply going to the toolbox and choose, for example, rich text, and drag and drop it on a page, and you will be good to go. So there you have it. You can start adding your text, saving, and if you publish it, it will be available to your end users. So thanks for watching, and see you in the next video.